The views, opinions, and pages shared by You Wealth Revolution and guests are not intended or implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Hello and welcome, everyone. It's Darius Barazandeh. Thank you for tuning in and connecting. Today, we are going to be diving into something astounding and beautiful. We will be feeling and bringing forward supernatural energies from above. We're going to be diving in with Debbie Johnson, one of our most amazing guests, into this realm of supernatural clearing, supernatural energy healing, supernatural mediumship, and guidance and channeling and clearing of negative energy from the supernatural realm. And we're going to be talking about what these higher dimensions are, how they show up in our physical world, so you will know what to do with that if something is showing up for you, but also how to download them, how to channel them directly into your life for super fast results and shifts and the feeling of knowing that you are not alone. Now, our guest today is none other than Debbie Johnson. And many of you know Debbie has had an incredible repertoire of soul healings, shifts, and clearings that she's done. She's cleared me multiple times. One time I had a discarnate that was literally a family member. My uncle on my father's side, believe it or not, was around my energy field, creating a lot of challenges. I know this seems fantastic, but Debbie saw it very clearly. She moved that energy to the light. She moved that soul to go forth and move on. She also was the one that actually got a message from Sherry's passed on mom, my mother-in-law, Virginia. And it was so precise, so exact that we still talk about it to this day. Debbie Johnson saw into what my mother-in-law was sharing with my wife from above, and it was a crystal heirloom lamp. Now, this lamp is from the 1800s. This lamp is nothing that anybody would ever have thought of. This lamp is a Victorian lamp, and Debbie exactly saw it as my mother-in-law from the other side wanted her to see it, and she shared it with Sherry, and she literally just broke down, and she said, "Don't worry, your mother is dancing, your mother is happy, your mother is young again and is without pain," and she played a huge part in the healing of Sherry and the loss of her mom at a relatively young age. So we're going to dive into many things today, and we're going to also open the door to this supernatural world. And our guest, as I shared, is Debbie Johnson. You know, she's an angelic medium. She also has a special connection to the angelic realm. She's been working with clients all over the world for 25 years. She brings messages from your angels to you by channeling archangels, passed on loved ones, and supernatural soul healing energy and clearing energy. She also began to see these energies from the age of a very young point. As a small child, she was told to stop making up stories, and she decided that she would stop. But in her 20s, she began to write music. This began to come back. And as it did, she started to actually help more and more people throughout the world. Now, she doesn't just deliver messages. She also sees into the spirit realm and even the physical body, and they deliver to her supernatural energy. Sometimes this energy goes in and it adjusts, recalibrates, resets, retunes, revitalizes. It does what spirit energy does. It brings things back into some type of alignment or wisdom or forward progression so we can move forward in our life. Or it may give us the answer for the next step that needs to come. We're going to dive into all of this. I want to share a couple stories about things Debbie has done. She's truly amazing, but I want to give you all a heads up. Please go ahead and raise your hand because you actually are going to get a chance to get some time with Debbie today. So a couple stories. I've got headlines here. No one would have known this information, says Leanne. Every question I had was answered, said BA. She predicted exactly what would work, says Katie. Her predictions have utterly blown my mind, says Carol Allen, a Vedic astrologer. Chelsea, she diagnosed X condition 1 full year before anyone knew about it. We don't diagnose here, but this was what Chelsea had said. Another person wrote in and said she saw the house that I would move into when I was 5,000 miles away. We're going to get into all sorts of things that we want to help you today. So go ahead and raise your hand. Debbie, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for coming.
Darius, hi everybody. I am super excited for today and thank you for having me.
Well, we love it. We love having you, and we're always so blessed when you're here. For people wondering about your background, how you started tapping not only into angels, but all of these higher realms and all this higher realm energy, that opened up a little bit as a small child. And it sounds like it got shut down. Take us back to that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people on the call probably identify with that, having gifts and back, you know, back in the 70s, you weren't really no one was talking about this stuff, or it was very woo-woo. And I
Right.
grew up in a very religious home at the time, and it just wasn't nurtured. So when it's not nurtured, you just repress it. But I started writing music, and that's when it came back. It came back in the form of clairaudience. I would hear songs, and then I would hear people talk. Someone's grandma would talk, "I'm here," or my father had passed at the time. I would hear him. Different souls would start talking to me while I was writing music, and that's how it came back.
Do you feel the music somehow opened the door, or was it the Reiki work? What do you feel like kind of opened that door? Or was it just being at a certain point where this, was bound to happen?
Well, I think the music was kind of cracking the door open, but Reiki blew it open, you know what I mean? So to me, Reiki enhances whatever you've got. If you've got, if you learn Reiki, it'll enhance whatever is there naturally. And I got to tell you something, Darius, when you were
Yes.
grounding everyone,
Mm.
I had my hands together and they got so hot. And whenever my hands get hot, I was like, there's a lot of healers listening to this call right now. I could feel the heat. I could feel all these healers in the audience, including you. It was
Mm.
awesome. It was so strong.
Wow. We're going to get into some questions. I think probably the first thing people may start to wonder is like, I'm a healer. Why am I going through so many challenges? Why is so
Uh,
much happening? And that's going to be, I
yeah.
think, exactly what they're thinking. And we will get to that. When you work with people, what is like the way that the message comes into you, the knowing, the answer? How does that start to show up?
A lot of times it'll start with sound. That's usually my first, like the gateway is sound, or I'll see images. um, from angels and then loved ones. They come in different layers and spirit guides. So I've learned to know how they feel when they come in or how they sound. They all have a different frequency. So I can tell, oh, that's an angel talking, that's a human talking, that's a spirit guide. So they feel different. And I'll start hearing what they want to say, or sometimes I'll start seeing something, but usually it starts with sound.
And we're going to be diving into supernatural energy today and supernatural clearing and mediumship. What to you is supernatural energy?
Angels have this ability that I don't even know how they do it, but they are able to pinpoint in all directions of time. So not just in this lifetime, where the soul may have a block. It's almost looks like grids of every lifetime. And I'll see them go into someone's grid of their soul, of all their layers, and find, okay, there's one gray spot right here. And then the gray spot has a story. And they remove it. They can clear it. How they do it, I don't know, but I see it all the time.
Well, it seems like when we deal with energy, super high frequency tends to just kind of wipe or in some
Yeah.
way just bring that lower frequency or that gray spot into resonance with the higher frequency. It has to sort of like entrain. This is very interesting. So they see, and do you see the grid yourself, or do you just become aware that they're seeing a gray spot? Do you actually see kind of or feel what they're seeing? Tell me about that.
I, as far as I know, what I see, it looks like grids.
Mm.
It looks like grids, like laying, almost like an Alex Gray painting. of the soul where you see all these layers of grids. And then there'll be one point where there's, oh, that's red or that's gray. And the angels will just fill it with light and it'll dissolve.
Wow. Okay, so now I'm Googling Alex Gray pictures because I was like, oh, what is that? But I'm gonna tell y'all it's pretty amazing. I'll show y'all what some of these actually look like here. Yeah, this is really interesting. So when they see this and they share it with you, do they ever give you insight into what caused that gray area? What caused that area where something is not in full resonance?
Yes. So what happens is I'll see the area that's blocked, and usually they'll just clear it or get rid of it right away.
Mm.
And then I'll know the story, like the story behind it. And a lot of times it's from this lifetime, from childhood, or it could even be from another lifetime. But I'll start seeing, the story behind it. But angels usually, when you ask for clearing, they clear really fast. They move light into the area that's blocked or dark.
Amazing. I'm just flipping through some Alex Gray paintings and I've seen these, but never really looked at them. And yeah, I mean, this is literally like everything from the bones, the internals, the nerves. It's definitely takes some getting used to. Have y'all seen this before? Have you seen these pictures? This is amazing. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense that they would see us as these holistic beings, not just the skin, but everything. And then, like you look in this picture, the cosmic connection, right? The deeper connection. Oh my gosh. Interesting. All right. Yeah. Let me know what y'all think about this. So, they see this. Do they don't have any judgment around it, but they have discernment that this is not necessarily something that would be in your highest um set of possibilities, right? There's something that they could help you resolve.
Angels move dark energy wherever it is. They need permission from
Okay.
us. They need permission first. They have to go with free will. They
Yes.
want to help, but when we give permission, like get this, help me with this, help me move this energy, they can move it so fast. They just need the permission.
Wow. And the question I always have is why do they want to help? What is the role of this supernatural realm in our human life and also our journey of learning, discerning, and maybe going through challenges to become more aware or better?
What I understand, Darius, is they resonate with such a high frequency. They want us to feel as good as they do. They feel joy. And if we want help feeling like that, they'll help. They can move energy. They can help, move things into our life with permission to help us feel joy, to help us feel that frequency.
Very good. Let me see what people are saying. What is your biggest question? Alex Gray pictures have a very uplifting energy. Yeah, I mean, those are just amazing. And, I get the sense that the angels see the whole part of us, but they also see the things maybe like you say that they don't belong, like the gray matter. One of the things we've been talking about this supernatural energy is clearing. And they do clear energy. How do they do it? And what are some specifics about that that maybe people need to know?
Well, someone had mentioned their house in the texting or the
Let's
chat
see.
about
Okay.
clearing their house or raising the vibration of your house.
Yes, Lisa.
Angels will look at the house the same way they looked at the body in those pictures, just like it's an X-ray of, where is the energy stuck? They'll see right through your plumbing. They'll see right through the underneath of the house, the ground.
Yeah.
If it's in the dirt, they'll literally look at your home and your land like it's a grid and move out what is dark, what's not, what looks like a red spot, what looks like a gray spot in this energy, and push it all to like this clear light. and make it clear. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Now, how do they do that? What is the mechanism that you've seen? Is it just a blast of supernatural energy, or how does it work?
That's the best way I can, blast is a great word. I mean, that's
Okay.
literally the best way I can say it. It goes from, it takes seconds. It's so fast. It's fast.
Wow. The other thing I know that you've worked on, and I know we've got some questions today, is things in the body maybe that are stuck or blocked or resistant. Tell me about that. What have you seen with the bodies and what the angels will show you?
So when I see someone, usually someone will be in some kind of distress and they'll request clearing. So, I don't feel right. I feel off. That's a sign that energy might be off, that there might be something in your aura, or there could be a chakra going in reverse, which I see that a lot. If a chakra is in reverse, the circulation would be down in that organ area. Let's say for example, the heart. The heart chakra is going the wrong way. And the angels can correct the flow. They can reverse, put it back in the right direction. And then circulation opens up and the person can breathe. The relief is a breath, a deep breath, a sigh, sometimes a yawn. That's the release. The release is pressure, or, when energy creates pressure, energy creates anxiety if it's blocked or going the wrong way.
Yeah, that makes a
A
lot
way
of
to
sense.
release it.
Yeah, it's a way to release it. I love that. You've had
Yeah.
stories of all sorts of things happen. I want to get more into the supernatural
Mhm.
energy aspect of this, because I think what we're seeing on the earth right now are a lot of changes, a lot of people kind of rising, but then some people falling through the cracks. And I don't know if in some way we're becoming more open, but not realizing it. And we need that supernatural reawakening, that renewal of trust that we're not just these isolate beings, we're not just these, singled out lonely vessels adrift on the earth. What do you see happening on the planet and happening with people all over the world?
Well, you had talked about this in the intro about light. Light is getting stronger. I mean, look at all the light workers that just woke up, during COVID. A lot of people just woke up. When there's light, dark gets bigger. So, guys, what's going on is
Oh,
all this light is causing dark to get upset. The light doesn't, it doesn't want the light to be revealed. So it's going to try harder to suppress it. So who's going to get attacked the most? Healers.
yeah.
Who's going to get attacked the most? Healers will get attacked in a way. This is one way, in the most personal way, like maybe in your love life, maybe in your finance, in a place that'll just poke you, you know, so you don't want to help anymore. And to me, that's a sign you have to do it even more. If that stuff's going on and you're a healer, push through it. You got to work even harder. You got to work even harder. That's what I see.
Yeah, or you absolutely want to lean more into the unseen world, the supernatural, help call on those angels, call on that higher energy to pull you through. And I went through a divorce about 14 years ago, and I remember the night that I found out that I was pretty much like going to leave. Debbie, I drove to Austin, and when I got here, I went straight to Fifth Street, which is like a hangout. It was like in the middle of the, Friday night, and I met three men. And I swear to this day, part of me feels like they were supernatural beings because the connections we had were like connections of a lifetime. And I can't say I didn't go back there to look for them again, but I feel like they were supernatural beings that like popped into my reality. And each of them gave me wisdom that moved me forward. So I always say, like, when you go through the hardest times,
Mhm.
dig into that supernatural field because it exists and it will support you. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that. And I love your story. Your story is huge. It's very inspiring. And it's like you just followed what was unknown and walked in faith. And that's what
Yeah.
you have to do. You have to do that right now.
Yeah, yeah, it was wild. One of the guys was like a 6'4" man, and he was blind, and he was wearing the most beautiful leather suit, and he literally was like dressed to the nines, but he couldn't see, and he was up against a curb with his, walker, like with his stick, and trying to like figure out where the curb was. And I went up to him. I was like, "Hey, brother, let me help you." And I wrapped my arm in his, and I'm 5'11", but he was like a good bit taller than me, and I just started walking with him, and I looked in his eyes, and it's like I could see like just like the universe. It was the weirdest thing. He was blind though, but he had like this seeing, and I was like, well, can I ask you a question? How do you? I was like, I'm going through this challenge. How do you navigate life? Like, like you're all dressed up, you look amazing, but I realize it looks like you can't see. And he's like, no, I can see everything. And he goes, I just see things differently. And I was like, oh man, like how do you get that in 2 seconds of conversation? And then I was like, well, how do you move forward every day? He goes, just put one foot in front of the other. And I was like, oh, and
Wow.
it's so they are these doorways, these portals. And that's why I love you, because I feel you bring that in for people. So let us know what your biggest questions are wherever you're at. Debbie, the other thing I've noticed with you is you also bring in mediumship, and that may be a little different. What is mediumship as compared to some of the other things that you do?
So the same way the angels will come in and say things to help someone or a spirit guide, I will get a loved one from heaven telling a lot of times their opinion. Like they don't, they need to quit that job or, don't go to that doctor anymore. It's fascinating what they bring through. And I may not even know what they're talking about, but the message is clear. Or they'll even play a song. I've heard Elvis songs. I'm like, who liked Elvis? So loved ones in heaven, or any information I would get about the future or about the psychic information, is from mediumship. It's from loved ones in heaven who are seeing the big picture for you.
Yes, I love that. And we are going to get to some questions. Debbie, what are some signs maybe that someone is mired down in the 3D so much they can't get out of their way versus using supernatural energy, the supernatural help that we all have access? What does it look like when you kind of see somebody going around and around in circles? They're a little bit stuck.
Can't get out, can't get out. So couple things.
Okay.
Fear is louder than angels. You got to remember the voice of fear in your head is full blast. And angels are kind of quiet underneath the fear. So you have to somehow figure out, how can I stop my mind from being loud? Whatever that is, whether it's music, a walk, a bath, something. What makes your mind get a little bit quiet? And if you can get under that, that's when you can hear angels. But what I notice is, if someone is very critical of themselves in their head, or they're around someone very critical, angels, that's not angels. Just
Okay.
remember, you're
Okay.
hearing a lot of criticism here or out here. You are
Okay.
not dealing with angels. So get out of there. That's not where to go. Get yourself out.
Get yourself out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they trying to, this is a little bit, I wouldn't say dark, but I felt like that at some level some of these darker beings were trying to capture souls or siphon souls or somehow not allow us to ascend. Is there anything they say about that, the angels, or anything you've kind of inferred from the things you've seen, some of these agendas?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I've seen soul possession. I've seen
Oh,
someone go from one personality to another. And, it's not that they're on drugs or anything, it's just drastic change. So that, and going from very normal to very negative. The sign that it's dark energy is there's such negativity. There's a
Yes.
negativity in their voice, in their demeanor or rage. Dilated pupils, that's a sign. Not being able to hold like a smile where it almost feels fake. Empaths would read that. Empaths, you guys can read and feel fake or, something that's not genuine. Trust that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so interesting. You do work on clearing and you do supernatural clearing. Tell me about that. What is a supernatural clearing? And what could it actually entail in terms of clearing things?
So, first thing, most people want to clear themselves or their family, and then next, the home. But I've also had people talk about clearing their finances, the physical body and health, not just the spirit, but health. So, and animals, you can also clear your animals if they're not well. Sometimes they need clearing also.
So in a supernatural clearing, you ask the angels to go in and basically look for those dark spots, look for those
Oh.
areas. Yeah. And wow, what are some of the things you've seen happen? I know you've got 25 years of stories, but I don't know if they're any of your favorites. It's pretty amazing.
Oh my gosh. Um, I've seen, I can't even explain. It's like a movie. Nobody's the same. Every single clearing is like a different movie. It's like an action movie. I can't, it's never really duplicated, but um, I've seen animals feel better with clearing. I've seen people feel better. It's watching them relax, like, moving the energy so they can get better circulation, vagus nerve release, and the body can start doing what it's supposed to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I want to share a story from BB.
Yeah.
And again, I want to say we're not, we're not doctors. We're not, doing that, but we're allowing spiritual energy, supernatural spiritual energy to realign our physical reality, right? Anything in a higher vibration state is going to perform more optimally than in a low vibration state, generally, especially when we're talking about consciousness. And BB worked with you, and she said, Debbie is literally heaven sent. She helped me when it came to my work, helped me navigate how I should go about opening a business 1 year later, and it's thriving. My health was another issue. She helped me turn around all of these challenges. So today I am so healthy, no anxiety, stronger than ever. And even lastly, she mentioned me meeting someone in May 2024, and I have literally met the most amazing, genuine person. Wow. It's amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. I don't know if you remember BB, but I guess she only put the two initials. So that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I think it's all connected. Usually when you clear one thing, it opens up, like it opens
Yes.
up her whole life. Clearing energy it opens up everything, money, career, and love.
Yes.
It's all connected.
Yes. Yeah, it is connected. And I want to help some folks with some support today. We're going to dive in a little bit. So let me go to some questions. Anything you want people to keep in mind before we start taking some callers today?
Just be open.
Okay. And
Yeah.
I do want to be sensitive. I talked about this yesterday with Ed. There are a lot of light workers that are being attacked.
Yeah.
Even though we do think things are getting lighter, there's just a lot going on. And Debbie, I shared yesterday with Ed, I had a guest that was going to come on our show. She got booked, she finished everything. And it was kind of like a big opportunity, a debut for her work. And she passed away, like literally right when she finished submitting everything.
Oh
So
my gosh.
there's
Wow.
just so many things happening with light workers not taking care of themselves sometimes, in the sense of the energy, and there's so much going on where they get attacked. So I just want to say, all of y'all are light workers. We want to help you. You're here to pursue the light, and we want to support you. So we want to see you just thriving and moving forward. So let me get to some questions here. We got a bunch of folks. I'm going to start, I feel like, all the way with Rochelle. Rochelle, you are calling in. Rochelle, how can we help you? It's Rochelle.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? That was fast, eh?
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me okay?
I
Let's
sure
see.
can. Yeah.
Oh, it's still just not doing the video for some reason.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
I
I
am
can do that
trying
for you.
here.
No worries. I can do it.
Um, quick question for you.
Okay, there you go.
Start my video. There we go. Sorry. It's stuck.
Well,
Okay.
Hi.
Hi. It's so good to see you. Thank you. I've noticed that I just got diagnosed there, or showing that A1C is being elevated, and I'm healthy, I work out, I do all that, and I thought, is it happening to a lot of people right now where with new DNA or new things coming in, are you noticing that with A1C being elevated?
I haven't noticed specifically A1C or heard about that,
Okay.
but I have noticed increased sensitivity and heard about like more sensitive. So our receptors are way more sensitive than they were. Starting in 2018, the body changed.
Okay.
yeah, and the
Okay.
A1C is that elevated blood sugar.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And pre-diabetic, and I thought that just doesn't resonate with me. It
Well,
doesn't
yeah.
feel, but
Yeah.
I just, I didn't know, and I didn't know. I've been really trying to go into multi-dimensional, like parallel lives, all that. I thought, is there something there that I want trying to tap in? So I don't know if there's something coming through with that.
There might be more of a sensitivity to sugar. So
Yeah.
that could be coming up where your diet, I know a lot of people, the food has changed. My food has changed, like what I'm okay with and what I'm not. I've noticed some changes. So just maybe pay attention to what's working with your body and what's not. If you are HSP, highly sensitive, you're going to be more sensitive now to food that maybe you weren't.
Okay.
That I've
Okay.
noticed. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay. I was just
I'm
curious.
seeing this a lot with people in toxin removal too, is that we're not able to release toxins, so the cells are kind of like so bound, and the stress is kind of accumulated. So
Yeah.
that also contributes a lot, especially, this is the interesting thing. Relatively thin people, like you look very thin, like in good shape.
Yeah.
They tend to have higher like blood sugar sometimes than somebody else that you may think, oh, they would be a candidate. It's a lot due to stress. So there may be
Okay.
something where the angels can look into that and deal with the stress.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I do.
Wound
I
up.
have
Yeah.
been trying to release a lot. So
Ah.
hopefully, yeah, hopefully that's done.
Do
Okay.
they
Thank
say
you.
anything about her stress or how she's, can you look in, Debbie, as to like how she's
Mhm.
just processing and then detoxifying and releasing? And I'm going to say that I'm not an expert on, I know this because my wife Sherry has been dealing with this, and she's like you, very slight, and she's wound up at 100 miles an hour all the time. And she's
Yeah.
just very like type A.
Yes.
And this is exactly, and she's about 105 pounds. So it's like there's no, doesn't overeat.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
more sensitive to stress, more sensitive to the adrenals are going to be more sensitive now, more, sensitive to cortisol going up. The body's going to react, I think, more now than ever. We have to, and Darius, you mentioned this, we have to take better care of our bodies now than we used to, believe it or not. We do.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Are they
Thank you.
showing you
Yeah.
anything about her or any messages for her, Debbie?
I do see the inflammation in the third chakra. The entire
Okay.
third chakra looks inflamed, even the stomach wall.
Oh,
Okay.
and that was the
Okay.
thing that Sherry also was dealing with, was inflammation, and she's very thin, but it's from the stress. So this sounds exactly very similar. Yeah.
There's red in the stomach area, so there is inflammation. maybe some kind of anti-inflammatory, quercetin, turmeric.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. That makes sense. The stress and I do feel like I'm holding more there. So, okay.
Stomach. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Rochelle. Bless
Thank you.
you.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it. Thank you.
Yeah, this is very interesting too, because I think it has to do potentially with taking on a lot of energy. And the more intuitive you get, the more you are affected and processing other people's energy. So you build up all of that, residue of what's going on in people, what's going on in situations. It's a lot. Let me go to Leah. And Leah, you are live with Debbie Johnson. Do you have a question today? Leah, can you unmute? Leah. See if Leah can. Going once, going twice. If not, we'll go to Helen. Oh, there's Leah. How are you doing today, Leah?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Hi, Leah.
Hi. So I guess my question's also about health. Um, I don't know. I've got some health issues and I'm just not figuring out. And I guess instead of asking what's wrong with me and how do I fix it, are all the things I'm doing like am I on the right path?
Leah, I keep seeing these two lines down your body. Like the first thought comes to me is acupuncture. Remember I said the angels look at us like grids? I want to like, do you do acupuncture or have you had it?
I have, but it's been 6 months or more since I've done it.
Well, I just saw that might help. Check it out. There's two lines that look like they're on either side of the neck. They look like they're here. And I'm not a doctor. I just see you almost like those paintings, like a grid. And they're showing me there's no blood flow here. Like they need to be opened. And they look like meridians, to be honest, that whatever meridians those are. I feel like that's what you need. You just need a little push with meridian and it's going to open up energy in the body. It's physical. They're telling me physical more than
Definitely.
spiritual. Yeah.
And where were these meridians, Debbie, again? Which ones were they showing you as like those areas?
So I don't know what they're called, but
Okay.
if you look at my hands, they were going like this down the body, like these two on either side of her neck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, Leah?
They
No,
seem
but
like they're
when I think about it, it probably will.
Okay. Okay.
yeah. Acupuncture would know, or there might be
Yeah.
just showing me acupuncture. But it's as if they need to open up the blood flow.
My gosh, I just found him. Well, we
Oh,
can
you
look.
did?
It's
You
not
looked
hard
it
to
up?
find. Well, I just was kind of like, oh, let me
All
look. And I mean,
right.
I do see right here, there are
Okay.
these
Those.
channels. There's some
Yes.
narrower ones and some
No,
wider
it's the
ones right
wider
there.
ones, Darius. It's the wider ones. You see
Wow.
the wider, that's them. They're not open.
This and this,
Uh,
these two.
no, go in right there, the
Oh,
blue
these
one, the
two.
long, two very
Oh,
the ones, not the dotted ones, but the solid ones on the
okay.
side.
Right here.
There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God,
Okay.
I love that you're looking this up because that's
I
what I saw.
am.
You are so awesome. That's the lines, whatever those
It looks
are.
like bladder or kidney. I
Bladder.
don't know. I'm not a, acupuncturist,
Okay.
meridian expert, but this is exactly where they'd have you go. And one of the things, Debbie, I know on the sessions you do is you can send a blast of energy to move those
Yeah.
meridians open again and spend time kind of working through this with people. So that's amazing. So Leah, that would be a great place to start. It'll be on the recording as well, so you can kind of go back. But I just look up energy meridians, you're going to see them right there. So,
Awesome. Thank you.
Wow.
okay.
That's
Thank
it.
you. How fun. Well, Debbie, you keep seeing it. I'll look it up and we'll have some fun with it. We're going to go to more folks today. I want to go to Naina, Nana, perhaps. Please don't be mad if I harm your name in any way.
Hello.
Nana, are you there?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How can we help you today?
I don't know if you can see me. Let me just see if I can switch on my video.
Sure.
Hi Debbie, hi Darius. Thank you so much for picking on me. I just feel really lost right now. I'm not working. I used to be a lawyer. I retired. And I'm just waiting for the universe to bring me the next thing to do. I don't know if I should stick to the law. I'm very good at what I do. Or do I do something more spiritual based because I'm extremely spiritual and very sensitive and I feel people's
Right.
energies? And should I do a purpose based or should I do both? And then I also broke up with my boyfriend. Like there's a vacuum right now and nothing seems to be moving. I've got a few packages, I'm doing all the work, but everything seems static. So I don't know if you can get any guidance or direction for me.
Everything is here. Throat. Your voice is everything. That's your gift. What you say, what you speak, everything's here.
Mhm.
I almost want you to do like for now, while you're in what I call holding, angels are going to inspire you. They're telling me by June with like clarity and the next step. But until then, like doing ahs or ohms will help open up your gift. You have a gift with the voice, and they're saying using your own sound of your voice, you'll help clear the energy in the throat to
I
get it
see.
ready for your purpose. It's your purpose is here in the throat.
It's very interesting because I do a lot of sounding. And then the other day I sort of found myself speaking in light language.
Ah,
And but I just don't know what to do with it. Like, what do I do with it now? Do you know what I mean? Do I go and start speaking in light language everywhere?
I love it. Well, keep sounding. And by June, you know what to do with it, is what I hear.
Okay, something will come
And
through, I guess.
yeah, ah is a big one. Using the sound
Ah,
ah
ah.
gonna help. Ah,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you,
Where
thank
do
you.
you live? Nana, where do you live?
London, UK.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, find a spiritual center and start sharing. That's
Yeah,
the,
I
Yeah.
mean, so
that's the
is it
fastest way.
spiritual work and not legal, or is there a combination? I'm supposed to like maybe
This is a
change
great
all the
question.
lawyers.
Okay. So I'm not getting to stop the legal necessarily, but to start doing this also. And
Okay,
I just think you're not supposed to decide right now, but just definitely do this. And Darius has a good point. Get it out there. Let people hear you. People
okay,
need to hear what you're doing with your voice.
okay. Thank you, thank you. Divine patience is what I need to
And
exercise
and
until
and
June.
and and Nana, you may not know, or maybe you do, but I started out as a lawyer as well. And I always
Uh-huh.
thought people said, "Oh, you were a lawyer. Like, how does this fit in?" And I was like, "Well, I was always interested in like the law. So I was dealing with like the human laws, right? And now I'm dealing with the spiritual and supernatural laws. So I'm still dealing with the laws. I'm just working as different capacities, right?"
But it seems like I heard your story. It seems like things just fell in place for you. And maybe I'm waiting for that to happen to me because I don't want to force anything.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
wait till June. Thank you.
I will say this, and I mean, it will look like that from the 10,000 degree that everything fell into place. But I also put myself out there too. Like I went to the spiritual centers. I was doing classes. I was teaching things. I had to kind of move my feet too. But
Okay.
in putting myself out there, like Debbie says, then stuff starts clicking. And then everyone else is like, wow, that just fell into place. But I had to like go and start opening those doors. And it took me a
Okay.
long time because I still had the stigma of like, well, I'm a lawyer. How am I going to talk about it?
Like what did you start with, if you don't mind me asking?
I started, as I remember, I was teaching law, and then I wrote a self-development course for people who wanted to be investors. and get into the psychology of so I still couldn't totally let go. So it was like,
This is
here's
so
the
amazing.
psychology of that. Yeah. It was like this sort of pseudo thing. And then all of a sudden I was like, I'm just tired. I want to just go right into it and start doing stuff. So I just started creating courses and creating the
Well, you're
show.
giving
And
me loads of ideas already.
yeah,
Thank you. I'm going to
yeah.
start doing that. Be brave.
Awesome.
Get it
Awesome.
done. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. All right, we're going to keep going. We're having some fun today. We're going to go now to Joan Marie. Joan Marie, how are you doing today? What's your big question? And I want to see if anybody needs a clearing, or we've got a money question, or look into my home question. What's going on, Joan?
Hi, Darius. Thank you
Hi.
for taking me in. And hello, Debbie. She is totally amazing. I've had a beautiful reading from her, unbelievable. Today, having some stomach trouble that just seems to have popped up and just been aggravating. Maybe Debbie could do a little bit of a clearing or kind of guide me a little bit. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it, Joan. So I heard while you were talking, I I saw like no dairy. Dairy is not your friend. So I don't know
Whoops.
if that's something
Yes,
you,
that's true. Yep.
okay,
Wow.
you feel like you're trying to process dairy and the body doesn't know what to do with it. There's something of that going on, but I'll also ask the angels to clear and release anything that's not of the light. Okay, they're going to not just chakra 3, which is stomach, they're going up. They're going up into the heart. So this is confusion about doing what your heart wants to do. Does that make sense? Clearing
Yes.
confusion. So there's some emotional reason for the feeling, the physical sensation. They're going to help give you clarity to follow your heart.
Well, I have to let you know I have a severe lactose intolerance. And even though I take these little tablets
Wow.
that are supposed to be helpful, I had a lot of trouble over the Easter holiday because a lot of the traditional dishes that my mother taught me were made with many different types of cheeses, many of them rich. And I just thought I'd do it, but boy, I paid for that. So I guess I need to stop that. And I have to say, Debbie helped me with a beautiful message from my mother who passed in regards to sugar, because it was another issue with me and it was very serious. And I have done a 360 turnaround with that. So I'm very excited about
Wow.
that.
So when you got the message from mom, it sounds like you were trying to let go of the sugar.
No, I had no idea I was seriously on the verge of being in the diabetic range.
Oh,
And Debbie brought this to me, and my father was a diabetic. So, I mean, the message just came straight from my mother. I was just stunned. It was like a miracle for me, really, because I would have never known. And I don't want to be sick like that. I mean, that was serious for my father. So, Debbie has been really a lifesaver in many ways. So I'm very grateful for the information. Um, Definitely going to have to say goodbye to the dairy because it's just been terrific. It's not pleasant. The other part that if I may ask Darius,
please.
Debbie,
Yeah.
just to clarify just a little bit more about the heart. I think I miss my parents a lot because they're both deceased, but I also feel, I kind of feel lost. We discussed this before. And if she has any more suggestions or messages, I'll greatly appreciate it.
Angels, they're talking about making things less confusing so that you can just follow your heart. But I'm hearing, don't judge. Like it's okay to go a little slower and don't be so hard. Be more like in self-love and just love you. It's okay. Go slow.
Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate everything.
You got it.
Take
Wow.
care. Thank you, Darius.
Thank you. Absolutely. And congratulations on some of the health shifts and things you're doing. You know, sometimes, Joan and everyone else, we need that awareness of something beyond ourselves, that supernatural energy, and help to break out of that old pattern to break that, energy free. And this is what I love. And, a lot of people are like, well, what did you do, Darius? I had a motorcycle accident that I almost died. And literally, I kind of went out of my body. That was my supernatural awakening. You don't want that. It may sound cool. It may be like, oh, that's really neat. And I could talk about that, at parties, but it was scary. I would much rather, and guys, this is why I think I was the first show that came up with this idea was, hey, let's do an energy process every single show where our guests will share something. Because I was like, I don't want people to have to awaken through almost dying like I did. I want people to awaken through some experience where they transcend their consciousness. I just happened to go out of my body. So I was like, that was crazy. I'm not just this thing I thought I was. So I'm like, let's do a show where we can share that with everybody and get all these different ways we can awaken. So that's why we do this. Anyway, for those wondering. Let me
I love that. Oh my God, I love this.
I never told anyone that, but that's why we did it that way. And I don't know, maybe other people did. I don't know.
Brilliant.
I thought it'd be great. We've got Helen, Helen. Helen, oops, someone just moved. Helen, you're live. How
Hello.
can we help?
Hello. You can hear me, okay?
Perfect.
Okay, I just want to tell you and Debbie, I am an empath, a medium, a channeler, a healer, an author, a hypnotherapist, and a Reiki master. And I would love to, just get some information on clearing, number one. And also, people have advised me to use the power of water when I'm doing my healing work. And can you get any connection to why and how?
I just want to hug Helen. Your energy is
Thank
so
you.
sweet.
Oh,
I can
thank
feel
you.
the healing. I feel you transform water. So telling
Okay.
me you actually changed, you could put vibration in the water. So you're actually your frequency, but you could do that with anything. But
I
water
think
would
so.
take it
Yeah.
easy. Water would take it really easy.
Well, thank
Right.
you. Yes. Okay. I mean, I use it. I use the power of it, whether I'm changing it or using it with regards to even a person's body with the liquid in their body, just to help with
Sure.
something healing. And does that make sense?
You can change the vibration of the water in the body. Yes. Correct.
Right. Woohoo. Now, do I need any clearing?
Any gray spots?
Yes, she does. Right here, thymus,
Right
high
here.
heart.
Okay.
Your
Okay.
immune system, there's a little immune stress, but it is from being an empath. So empaths, you guys clear every day. Angels, release
Yes.
what's not mine. I want to
Okay.
do this with everybody today. Angels, release what's not mine.
Okay, well,
Thank you.
I got
Thank
some
you,
excited
thank you.
people. Thank you,
I
Yeah.
Helen.
appreciate it. Thank you both so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. And you're a water worker. So I love that.
Water work.
Like
Water
it.
worker.
Yeah,
I
I
love
like
that. I mean,
Thank
imagine
you.
a whole healing practice where
Yes.
charge their water, they drink the water, they bathe in the water, and
Charge it.
change their
Correct.
body water vibrational energy.
So important. Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Well, Debbie, we have somebody who needs a supernatural, I think, clearing, or maybe a space that does. It's Annette, last name S. She has an apartment that she's a little concerned about. Annette, are you still on the line? And what's going on?
yes. Can you hear me?
Sure can. Thank you. I'm glad we could grab you and get you on.
Oh, great. I moved in with my boyfriend here 7 years ago, and I was all excited to keep it clean and organized and healthy and happy. And there was neighbors next door in the building in the next apartment, and she was into all sorts of, I don't know, tarot and stuff that I didn't like. And I just wonder, is there remnants? Is it possible for an apartment? They have moved on and gone, but is it possible for this apartment to hold that energy? Which is
Oh,
making it
yeah.
hard for me to love being clean.
Okay. The feeling I feel, as you're talking about your place, I can't breathe.
I
I
know.
can't. So something is making me, when people have like really tons of incense burning and you can't, and the windows aren't open and you can't breathe, that's what your place feels like to me. So let's get rid of it. It's
Okay.
got, so anywhere we go, even if the furniture's been removed, the walls, the floor, it's holding energy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all holding energy. So angels release anything not of the light at Annette's location. And Annette, I want you to picture the room or the house. I don't need it. Just you see it in your mind. You got it?
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Right?
Yeah.
Angels, anything not of the light in this residence, raise it to the highest vibration. Ah, so they just cleared an emotional layer that you were feeling. The person that was previously there was depressed.
Oh my God, Debbie, that's exactly right. Oh my gosh. Oh
They
my
just
God.
used the emotion. It felt like you couldn't breathe, but it was really the emotion or the heaviness of the soul who had lived there. It's in the walls.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I can feel it.
You can feel it.
Yes, thank you.
You feel the
I knew.
release? You feel the release?
Yay!
That's what I'm waiting for. You feel the shift? All right, that's what we want. Where you can breathe. I feel like I can breathe now. So
Me
I'm
too. Yes, me
yeah,
too.
I want to breathe where you are. And I feel like I can take a deep breath now, which I want. And that's a sign that something cleared. You can get that belly breath, that deep belly breath. You're not just breathing in the high rib cage.
Annette, was your boyfriend feeling any of this, or was he just kind of maybe used to it because he lived there for a while?
He lived here before I did, and I moved in with him, and I think it developed way before I got here.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'd be interested to see how it feels, with and how if he responds to it or how
Him.
he feels. Yeah.
He's taking a nap right now. I'll ask him later.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. God bless you. Thanks, Annette. Amazing
Thank you,
stuff.
Debbie.
Okay.
Thank you, Darius. Thank you.
Wow. So I got to ask Debbie, it wasn't a spirit or discarnate floating around. It was just the energy imprint of someone's emotions that were in the space, right?
Yeah, so that angels can also clear that. So emotion um can lie in an object, it can lie in
Yeah.
clothing, it can lie in the walls. I've been looking at real estate in the past, and I'll walk into a home and I can feel like domestic violence. And there's no furniture there. The homes were not staged, but I could tell you that there was domestic violence in the walls. So they hold energy. The walls hold the energy of us. We're very
Yes.
energetic beings.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I agree. I want to ask one more question. We got a lot coming in. Let me see if we can help somebody here with maybe a quick question. And then we are going to do a live process, which is going to be if my notes are correct, guided meditation with Archangel Michael, connecting your heart to Archangel Michael. So bringing in some very profound energies today. Getting a lot of money questions. Um, Here's one from Anishka. She says, could you take a look at my house? I'm renovating already. It's been 7 years, 3 different construction contractors, and every time I lose a lot of money and things are done wrong, I already lost 67,000
Oh,
pounds. Wow. And I got to say, a lot of times people say, well, I don't know if I have the amount to invest in a program with Debbie or anyone else. And I think if you get in a high vibration, just not the loss or the unexpected problems that you could face, it is like worth 10 times that, because one misfortunate situation we know not only be life harming, but can be just financially ruinous. So I didn't mean to say that, but I was just thinking about that the other day because someone was saying, oh, it's cost miss. I'm like, we don't even know what it costs when we're not cleared, how many things we miss or how many bad things we attract or how many things don't work out that just are debilitating. So with Anushka, what is going on with this house and what do you see?
Okay, so is she on the line or is that just a message?
It's a message.
I,
Yeah.
okay.
Let me go in and see if I can figure out.
I can
Get
come
her
on the
the
line if
Oh,
Oh, there
yes,
she is.
yes, I
Where
see
is
Hi.
she?
you.
She's in
Thank
my
you.
house. Hi, Anushka.
All right. Okay, can you picture your home? I don't need any information. I want you to see
Yes,
your home in
I
your mind.
can.
Just
Mm-hmm.
just picture it for me. Thank you.
Okay.
Archangel Michael, please release anything not of the light of this residence. Clear it, take it to the light now. You got entity in the house. You have entity. Angels, please clear it, take it to the light now. Is it more than one floor? Is there
Yes,
two
two
floors? Okay.
floors
Yeah.
and a cellar.
Basement? Like a down?
Basement. Yes. Yes.
Okay. That's what the energy's in the lowest area of the home entity. They're clearing it. Angels, please clear this. Take it to the light now. Raise this home to the highest vibration. You had a soul in the home saying it was
Oh
their
my
house.
gosh.
Okay.
They were still claiming that that was their home. Doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean they passed in the home, but they thought it was their home.
Okay. It
The
was a
energy,
male?
male. Yes, correct.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Did you have some inkling that it was a male, Anushka?
I felt before that there was a soul and it was a
But,
male, but I thought I sent it to the light, but clearly I didn't.
whoa.
Hmm.
You were right. It was male. So angels can send something to the light. We actually can't. We can get rid of them. We can tell them to go away, but it
Yes.
won't be permanent.
Okay.
Angels make it permanent.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. So I hope now everything will go fine.
Tell me
And
if you get the deep breath. The deep breath.
okay, thank you. And am I
Debbie,
going to stay there or is it to be sold? I don't know.
Not
It's
saying. No, you're gonna go, but it
you're
has
gonna
nothing
go.
to do with the entity.
Okay.
So this would help it sell. I mean, I would assume help it sell as well. I
Yeah.
know
it
those
should get over.
houses are.
And should I finish the renovation or should I sell now?
I'm hearing don't just leave it, leave it.
Wait, you're hearing what? Leave it?
Leave, don't worry about completing. Just kind of don't keep putting money into it. That's what I hear.
I already did put a lot of money in it. Okay. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
Is there anything else we need to do, Debbie, here, or anything else we can send her? Any other messages? I feel like there's something I don't know that we.
I know where you're going. I feel it
Okay.
too.
Okay.
So what we just did, that energy was pretty dark and heavy. I didn't like the way it felt. And when there's super dark energy, and it did clear, but we all felt it. So I'm just gonna ask angels to please clear and release anything we're feeling that's not our own. And that's again, empath. We're empathing it. And everyone just close your hands together. It closes the energy. Will stop the energy.
Oh, okay. So
I just put them in prayer. It'll stop the energy. There you go. Yeah. And tell me if that feels
Yes. And
okay.
I still have the question.
should I wait till I find another house and then sell it, or yes, sell it and see what comes?
My feeling was to go ahead and list it and don't put any more. I know you put money into it, but I felt like you could recoup your money. You could recoup what you put in it
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and then go from there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anushka, where are you calling in from? I know I always see you on and we talk.
From Belgium.
Jim, you have
Oh.
a beautiful voice. We love you here. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you
And I'm
for
sure
helping me out here.
I'm sure it's a beautiful house, but I have a feeling it's going to go. Like they're going to see what you did and they're going to say, oh, yeah, that's great. We can finish that out. No big deal. We'll
Yeah.
take it. We like it. A beautiful house in Belgium for you. It's going to be bright and fun and bustling and just full of beautiful things. I have a good feeling about it. So please, let's hold that golden timeline and see it happen. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Gotta pump our fists. You gotta say yes.
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes.
Absolutely. I see it. I see it.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Like sometimes also we have to step into that timeline. We have to like really believe it. And I do see that's where getting this confirmation from above can give us also that supernatural faith, that supernatural knowing that we're destined for that thing. If you know that heaven wants you to have something, you will not be stopped. Not be stopped. Like you'll just, whatever comes, you go, I don't care. I'm still going to get it. I'm still going to get it. Still going to get it. So, we have to dig in and really connect into that at times. And it gets hard, I know, but that's why we do what we do here. Thank you, Anushka.
Thank you so much, both of you.
All right. Bless you.
And the angels. Thank you.
And the angels. Always. 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 All right,
Debbie.
Debbie.
I love it.
Debbie, what I want to do right now, I know you've got something to connect us to the heart of Archangel Michael. This is huge. And I know you're excited. So whenever you're ready, let's do it. Everyone, just don't drive, don't operate heavy equipment. This could get very deep. So everyone, let's do it.
So we're going to connect. So the best angel for clearing, best one is Archangel Michael. So we're going to connect to him so you can receive whatever clearing you need personally. And I can't wait for everyone on the call to have that deep breath, that we've been seeing others get in their home and in their spirit. So if you can just gently close your eyes and breathe in. And exhale. And on the next inhale, imagine you're inhaling white light. And exhale the white light. See yourself surrounded in this peaceful white light of the angel realm. And keep breathing into it and watch your aura expand. Just feeling a little softer, lighter, a little spacier, more peaceful. Now, in the white light, you're going to notice a blue light come towards you. That's Archangel Michael. He is a beautiful blue. As it gets closer and closer to you, you might feel almost a pressure or a magnetized energy. That's his magnificence and his strength. And if you're open to it, let him connect to your heart. Let him charge your heart. So all the healing and the clearing is going to come from him and your heart. And as you do that, the white light may turn almost all blue or even another color. And inhale his energy and exhale. And let him fill your entire being with his blue light. Every chakra, head to toe, every part of your being. And notice where you feel him the most. And breathe into that place that you feel him the most. Inhale and exhale. Keep breathing until you feel that deep sigh or deep breath in the belly. And know that in this blue light that he brings to you and clears your entire being with, no dark energy survives. No negative thought, no low energy can reside where this blue light is. And once it fills your whole inside of your body, let it expand out into your aura. Imagine it go out 8 feet, way out into your aura, all this blue. Inhale and exhale. And in this state, no low energy, no fear. Nothing can reside but love and faith. Thank Archangel Michael for bringing this to you. And know you can access this at any time. Remember how this feels. It's yours when you need it. Inhale and exhale. Archangel Michael's going to go back up into the angel realm. Now he's going to disconnect, but the blue light does not. Blue light stays with you. And whenever you're ready, gently wiggle your fingers, come back in and open the eyes. Come on back.
Everybody come back. This is amazing.
Hard to come back.
Yeah, it is hard to come back, but I feel like it's still happening. I feel like there's this tube, and I can feel, this is me, but I can feel in this tube kind of like a connection, almost like it's made like a loop, and there's just this blue energy going through this tube, and it's almost like neon colored blue. And just going, like it's like this clearing circulation of blue energy, and it's going from Archangel Michael's heart to mine. It's amazing. Wow.
only love can reside in that energy. So if you ever, if you guys feel like you need it, put it on, ask them to
Wow.
come in. This is always yours whenever you need it. You can call it in.
Yeah, everyone just get used to connecting into this a little bit. This is kind of why we do this. So you get this memory, this cellular super memory that you can have, this intuitive connection that you can turn on.
Yep.
Wow. Christiella. It was cloudy here in Kansas City during the session. The sun broke free, and now I'm seeing big blue streaks in the sky. So that's good. I love it. Yeah. Parting the clouds. Wow, that was amazing. Such a beautiful tear-filled emotional release, forgiveness and healing, says April. Yeah, thank you, Debbie, says Joan Marie. Beautiful, very beautiful energy. Yeah, it's just so real. Keep sharing with us what you're feeling. Also, if we did any clearing work on you, let me know as well what's going on. As more and more people coming in, thank you for what you did on my house, says Anushka. I have tears of gratitude. Thank you so much, Debbie. Wow. And the thing is, when you step forward and you say, this doesn't feel right, you let something else also leave. So that soul that was there in Anushka's house, now it's gone to the light. It's better off, going through that cycle for itself than being stuck. The light went in and then spun around me, enveloping me. Wow, says Anne. Thanks for this beautiful energy, says Elijah. Wow, truly beautiful, says CK. Tears, says Christiella. Yeah, just amazing. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Debbie and Darius. Heather, this was powerful. I felt a beautiful pressure and magnetic is a good description for the energy in front of my body. But the second before Debbie said we would feel that very energy, I felt warm, tingling, and I feel empowered, love, and joyful. Yeah. Heather is an amazing intuitive being. One day she's going to be on the show as a healer because she feels everything right the second before, like the energies come in. So she's just amazing. We love hearing from her. Saw sparkly blue flash and a weighted blanket on my shoulders. Wow. Wow. Just amazing. Yeah, they're going to keep coming in. I want to talk a little bit about what you're doing because we've got something really special. We've been really leaning into this supernatural energy. And what I'm seeing is some big accelerations in people because I think we all need help. And one of the things Debbie is doing this season, I'll just share for everybody because she's one that always tends to get so full and people say, oh gosh, I wish I was one of the first. I wish I was able to get in with Debbie. We've got something that is a new energy that's coming forward from Debbie. We're going to be bringing this in. It's going to be as, powerful as ever before and as specific as ever before. But this supernatural energy clearing and healing is going to be kind of what we're going to lean into a little bit. We're going to talk about it because Debbie is seeing more and more of this energy needed in the world. She's here to help you. It's at uwealthrevolution.com/Debbie29. And many of you know, we do the show. We love our guests, and as they come on and they share their work with the world, we love to help them get the message out. Many of them don't advertise or don't, go out there and try to promote. They come to shows like this just wanting to reach the right people. And so all of us here are those people. I've worked with Debbie and, she's here and it's at uwealthrevolution.com/Debbie29. And this is something only for UWealth Revolution, only going to find it here. If you've been wondering when your prayers will be answered or when you can go beyond the veil and get messages and supernatural energetic help from the other side, from the higher realms, we've got an early bird. First 50 people are going to get a very special discount, 45 minutes. I believe that's the number from Debbie Johnson. Hopefully am I right, Debbie? Is it 45 minutes or did I just make a huge mistake that I'll get fired for? No, it is 45.
No, you
Thank
are
goodness
right.
I can keep my job. 45 minutes. And we have for the first 50, it is massively discounted from a normal 177. It would actually be 304, but it's going to be 147 for the first 50. I know there have already been people grabbing this, so I don't know where we're at right now, but people are going to be a little blown away. It's 45 minutes with you. Plus, we're going to talk about other stuff. But what happens on these sessions, Debbie? It's pretty profound. And now with this supernatural energy, and what you're doing and how you're directing this, I think it's going to be something we'll be talking about for years to come.
Well, you guys saw a sample of what the sessions are like. I mean, I think on the call today, it's just expanded and focused on you. You get all the energy, so it's very focused on yourself, your healing, your life, and whatever is going on with you. And angels are very powerful. They can help clear whatever's going on, and I can tell you what I see them do. Also, if you have any loved ones in heaven, I'll give any messages that come through related to that.
Yeah, and I'm really interested in kind of how they're seeing the energy of folks. And so if there is like on that grid, like we talked about with those paintings, if there is something that's showing up as like a gray spot or like something that doesn't belong there, it could be in the field. I think it was Annette who was going through the challenge with their apartment and all that. Like they will see that and go, that, which one of these is not like the other? This is not like the other. You don't need this. We're going to remove it. So that also can happen, right, Debbie? I mean, that's going to be a big focus here, I think.
100%. It'll come up right away. And of course, we'll just say, do you want to get rid of it? And if you want to get rid of it, angels will. So, and if you want the story behind it, you can get the story too. Some people don't want the story, some people do. It depends.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, sometimes you just want to move on, and whether it's a financial thing that's being affected by energy, sometimes you've got to just get out and do something. But at the same time, you may be held back from doing because something is affecting you, draining you. There's a belief. 45 minutes, Debbie. The thing is, you work on a lot of different things. Usually, it's not just 45 minutes. There's a lot of clearing, a lot of answers, a lot of messages, a lot of things that can come forward. And as Leanne said, things that no one else alive would know. And in our case, the only other people alive that really knew about the crystal lamp that my mother-in-law said, this is like a family heirloom, keep this safe, really was just myself and my wife and really nobody else that I can think of. And she showed you the lamp and it was just miraculous, right? And this is the specificity. So prepare to be blown away by Debbie. Let me share where the page is. Diane posted it. We're getting a question from Carmel. No, we're getting a question from Cynthia. So let me drop that in there. It's at uwealthrevolution.com/Debbie29. And on this page, Debbie, you've got a lot of things here. There's 45 minutes with you. So what's the process? They go in, they order, they book the session. You've got pretty fast booking, at least right now, I would presume, right?
Yeah, there's availability now, starting now.
Right now. Okay.
All the way through May and June. So there's openings all the way. Yeah.
Wow. I know Debbie has done her best to set aside some spots for us. So if you really want support, grab it now, because I know she sets aside a few. And they do go fast. And we've got already, is that Sherry? No, Cher. I was like, is my wife buying a session? We've got Sherry, we've got Jennifer, we've got Margaret. So already folks are climbing in. What is the number one reason people might go to you versus other people that do angel reading and healing? Everyone's unique. Everyone has a gift. Everyone has a light to share. So, I mean, I'm always for all sorts of bits of wisdom, but you do something pretty special. I mean, you're very specific, but you also send the energy from the angels to them, sometimes into the body. And I don't want to, go into things that could be FTC issues here, but I mean, you're sending high vibration energy into the body and you let the body do what it needs to do, but that's pretty unique.
I think if you're stuck, remember earlier that we saw the meridians. I'll see something that gives you a clue of where to look.
Yeah.
And I think angels are really helpful. Like if you're just hitting a wall, it could really help you get onto something that maybe you haven't looked at. And I sometimes like what we saw today, I don't know what it's called, but I'll describe it. And you can try and, look it up, go find it, go find what I'm seeing. And what happens is people come back and they're like, oh my God, if you didn't say that, I wouldn't have never asked the doctor about this. So there's clues. I call them clues.
Yes.
You get clues. And the loved ones blow me away with what they throw in. They'll throw in, what they were good at. So if someone was really good at speaking up for themselves, they'll tell you, you really need to speak up to so and so, and they'll tell you how to do it. It's pretty fascinating.
Yeah, it always is astounding. And we've got a lot of stories. I want to talk about some of the other things you're doing. The one-on-one is miraculous. So if something has changed, something is not moving forward, something is kind of feeling stale, stagnant. So what are some other reasons people come to you, Debbie, for these sessions?
So I deal a lot with anxiety, and entity clearing. That's a big thing that people come for, is to get rid of
Are you
anxiety.
seeing more entity clearings? I always have a standing, like me and Ed always go back and forth on it. And I think Ed sees one thing, and I always feel like maybe there's less, I don't know, but it seems like people are getting attacked more. Like I feel like kind of lifting, but then I'm like, I don't know. Or are they just attacking the light workers? There's so much gray area in what's really happening, or maybe the people that really are trying to ascend are the ones getting nailed more, and then the people that don't care, they're like, whatever. What are you seeing?
Well, the people who are trying to ascend, or waking up, healers are being attacked more, I think.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
they're trying to get shut down more with health or different issues.
So I think so. I get attacked at least 5 times a season. I can tell you, I'm probably not sure. I get attacked at least 5 times a season, and I can feel it. I go from feeling really great and happy and optimistic to, oh my God, I just want to run away. I can't do this today. I mean, I've had that. Like, it's just like, it's so unnatural that I just want to run. And I'm like, this is not me. And thankfully, I've got enough knowledge. It's not me, but yeah. Yeah. Or weird technical issues, things crash. We almost lost the whole website last December, like just weirdest stuff, So if you're feeling all these things, you're not different than me. Get some support. Debbie's here to help. Let me get to some more questions. I want to share a little more about what you're doing, because the other thing you've got besides the one-on-one help is you also put together some very amazing things, and people are going to get all of this for $147. It's at uwealthrevolution.com/Debbie29. As long as you're one of the first 50, then it'll go up to $177. You have a guided prosperity meditation. So tell me about this. This is an ancient technique for prosperity. What did you discover here, Debbie?
So this is from the Kundalini. I'm going to guide you to say the sound har. Har. You actually hit the roof of your mouth is a acupressure point for intuition and prosperity. And when you say that word har, 108 times, you activate your intuition to make prosperous decisions. It's ancient. It's an ancient technique, but I'm just guiding you through it because I think a lot of people don't know about it, and it's incredible. I work a lot with sound. I believe sound is one of the fastest ways to push energy through, and I know it works on me. And I wanted to offer this to people because I love it. I think it's great, and it's a way to activate prosperity in your being. Like literally hit an acupressure point.
It is amazing. I'm going to keep going through some more, but I just got a note for my team. We're down to like 43 of these little discounts here. I've got Anushka, I've got Connie, I've got Kathleen, I've got Cynthia, I've got Cher, I've got Jennifer. So we're counting down here. These probably will go quick unless Debbie extends it, but I don't know. Right now we're at 50 at this discount. So grab it. I think we're going to be at 40 before a few moments, and then go down from there. Debbie, I know you want to help, and that's one of the reasons you don't raise your prices. You give so much value, and even as you get more advanced and more powerful in your work, you keep things affordable for people because you have just the giver's mentality. So I want to thank you for that. It's really like the best deal we ever have at UL to have Debbie on, and you've done work for the family members of like my first producer, Sonia, who was trying to get pregnant. I don't know if you remember that. It was one of her family members. And she swears that you helped her. Not Sonia, my original producer, but I think it was like her sister-in-law. I don't know, somebody, sister. And she's like, she got to help me get pregnant. It's like amazing.
Yeah, that was that was a long time ago.
A long
Yeah.
time ago. You've been helping the show and people in this community for a very long time. And she gets better and better. And she gets younger and younger. Debbie ages in reverse. And we just love her. She's amazing. She's timeless. And she's getting more powerful. Because we're bringing in now more of this supernatural energy. And I know you are, and that's what you're going to be infusing people with. So this is like just a real special thing this time around. I love this. Clear all negative energy. This is a 44-minute aura cleanse everyone's going to get along with the time with Debbie. There's only one offer, one thing here you're doing. Tell me about this.
So this is a sound healing. You have to do nothing but listen to it. It clears the negative energy in the home. It clears the negative energy in your being for the animals. I mean, whatever you want to get rid of negative energy, just play the music. This one, I honestly would, for me, keep it on low all day long. That's just something I would do, or I do. I keep this kind of frequency going all day long. I
All day
use
long.
these crystal bowls and frequencies that clear energy.
So this one is 44 minutes. So I'm going to listen to this right after the show because I've got this package access. I'm going to actually start playing this around the house and just leave it running so I don't get attacked again during the season. So I'm sure, I'm not sure, but I tell you, it's crazy. Like I have felt this last year has been the hardest year of doing the show. And it's not related to anything else, but stuff coming at me. Like, and just weird things. And I mean, like Anushka was saying with the construction stuff and all these, it's like I've had that. And if it wasn't for each of you, the healers and people like you, Debbie, and it helped me, I mean, I would have, who knows? Who knows? So I know what it's like. And I do think that our bright lights are getting targeted more. That's just my feeling. But I want to talk more about what's going on because you're going to have that. I'm going to run that. And then 9-minute entity clearing. Quickly clear entities from your space. I don't think you've ever done this before. This is part of that supernatural energy. What is this, Debbie?
So this is similar. It also clears negative energy, but this is specifically for entity clearing. You just play the music. So this is again using sound and frequency to move energy. So this is
Wow.
all of these MP3s and meditations. I pray and I'm guided to create them and the sounds and the notes that are used. So they're specifically done just for the task that they're for,
Okay.
So this one, if you're not feeling like yourself, if you're acting weird, play that one.
Okay. I love that. And again, everybody gets 45 minutes with Debbie. And we just had Judith, Leslie, Paxton, and a bunch of others. So we're moving along. People are, jumping in. I think it's one of the best things to do, especially if you want help. I always say to people, like, you can watch a bunch of YouTube videos on healing and cool stuff. And there's so much out there these days, but can you actually get the person that made the video that you're watching to actually talk to you for 45 minutes and do energy work on you? No. I mean, this is why we do the show. It's awesome. Like for 147, it's amazing. And her calendar is now open for rapid relief and supernatural shifts. I want to talk about that rapid relief because there is a lot going on, I think, in people that's building. The angels give relief. Tell me a little bit about maybe why we need rapid relief. I think we do. I feel we need relief to just know it's going to be okay. What do you think?
So when we get the energy cleared, it is fast. Angels are fast. It releases anxiety. Anxiety, when we're in super high anxiety, our blood's not flowing, we're not breathing right, and our vision is compromised. So as soon as we start to breathe and release anxiety and energy blocks, all of our senses work better and we're more intuitive and we can move forward with our gifts. You can use your gifts better. So then you're more powerful.
If someone's got a question about a family member, and then I want to get some questions, family member, son, relative, brother, father, can you also help them in that session?
Yes.
Maybe like they're like, hey, you did everything I don't have anymore, but my son, or what do you see with my dad or my wife? Can you do that as well?
100%. Now with parents, so just I want to share this with parents. You are of the authority to help your children, spiritually. So if someone wants to clear their child and you're the mother, you can do that. You have full permission, or the father, to work on the child.
Great. Great. I want to get to some questions really quick. Maybe some short ones. Let me see what's going on. Someone said, I pray that Darius makes it through the graceful season. Well, I told her, I said, well, I'm a heart warrior, so I'll just keep going on. But, they do. I've seen it. It's wild. It really is. And always the week before I start the season, literally, they always seem to go after my family in some way. There's like one of my kids will have an accident on their bike. They'll really like break a finger. I mean, it's amazing. The stuff that we get thrown. So we got to go to the supernatural, and that energy just needs to wipe away all this gunk, because we're tired of it. We don't want it anymore. Let me get to some questions here. Okay. Wow. I'm going to get to this one from KW. This was written early on, Debbie, so it's probably going to be hard to find, but she said, or he said, I've had a sore throat and some other weird body issues. KW. That's all I've got. I don't know if KW could write in again, but that's what's going on. Do they show you anything for KW?
Well, the angels say if they do the clearing that we did on the recording, if they actually sit through that little sore throat will go. So that's an energy block. That's an energy block. They just need to sit and do the Archangel Michael connection. It'll get rid of the throat.
Okay. Okay. Very good. So we can clear that out. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let us know what's going on, KW, with that. Another person just wrote in, and let's see what we had a big money question here, and that's kind of what I'm looking for, because I know that's a big one today. What are you seeing with money in the world? I forget to always ask you kind of about the world. Y'all mind going like 5 minutes more? Because you always have a keen sense of what's going on kind of in the macro world, and they give you that. So with all the stuff, the tariffs, the uncertainty, the on and off conflicts in the world, what do you see? Is there any message or someone say like guiding light that we can look to that, hey, things are going to proceed okay in the future? We're all going to be able to make it through these times. What do you see?
Awesome question, Darius. And I'm getting this a lot. I keep seeing in October the economy's back, like booming again. So
Oh, wow.
weird for a few months, and then it lifts. Whatever's going on is lifting around October.
Around October.
Yeah, things start to move. Like it's kind of weird right now, and everyone's frozen. I've noticed people are frozen. They don't want to pull the trigger. They don't want to do this. And then after October, it all lifts.
Wow. Wow. Is there a reason for fear? Because we had a few people writing in, so-and-so is going to declare martial law and do this. Do you see kind of like a fearful thing, or what do you see kind of as these things all progress? And I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying that's what she was.
No, I actually don't see that. I'm seeing that whatever's being manipulated right now is resolved. It's not going to, like, tariffs are not going to continue. It's just temporary or being done to cause a shift. And it does work. It actually works, but it takes a minute. It doesn't work right this second, which is the hard part.
The hard part.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. I want to get to, then that's good for money and for people with financial questions, because if things boom, we want to get in that position. I do want to get to a question about money, and then we will send everybody off in love. Let me find it, because I know money's been a big thing for people. If you've got a money question, write in to us. Let us know. We did the apartment clearing. We've had probably over 100 questions coming in. It's amazing. The A1C sugars, we got to that. Very interesting. We got to the martial law question, so I wouldn't worry about that. I really don't think that's going to happen. No. All right. If you guys send in one final, we got 7. All right. Well, Emma, you wrote in something general, but tell me what your major question is, Emma, so we can help you. So let us know. Emma's got a question about money. And Joanne Marie, I'm so happy to have this beautiful opportunity to buy a package from Debbie. My daughter and I are grateful. Yeah, I mean, ask questions for your daughter. We have it here. It's at uwealthrevolution.com/Debbie29, and it is the supernatural package. So we're dealing with the supernatural energy clearing and some new supernatural answers and energies are going to come through. The first 50, we're going to get a discount. Grab it. It's just such an amazing thing. I've probably done what, 2, 3, 4. Sherry's done 1. Everyone that's probably worked for the show, it's not everyone, but like a majority of our people have all done it. And they didn't get them generally for free. I found out that a lot of people on my show that work for you, well, they're buying sessions from you and working with you. So it's like everyone values what you do. So let me see if Emma wrote us in. Okay, we don't have much from Emma here. Okay, so Emma just said, hold on one second. Okay, we're going to go with Marion. I don't have enough specifics from Emma, so I'm sorry, Emma. We'll get you next time. Marion wrote in, and I know Marion, she's a great, great soul. Is there a block in me as to why I am struggling very hard the last year or something else? It sounds like us, where stuff's coming at us, right? Always, right? So what's going on with Marion?
She's being attacked. I do see the light is coming through her, and they don't want her to give up.
Yeah,
They want
it
her to
really
give
is.
up.
Yeah.
Do not give up, Marion. The main thing is you cannot give up. Don't buy into it. That's the best thing I can tell her is she's got to override it with, replace my fear and doubt with faith and trust. I feel like she also knows her mission, why she's
Yes.
here, and she cannot, she just has to believe in it, even if it doesn't make sense right now. And a lot of us have to do that.
Yeah, it sounds like the pattern is showing up for us. So we want to dig in, keep holding the faith, keep proclaiming. She asked, is she being attacked, Debbie, by dark forces? I am doing daily clearings and prayers. Yeah, thank you.
Keep doing it. Yeah, she is.
Doing it.
They don't want her to be a light. They want her to give up. I sense that with a lot of light workers. The dark wants you to give up and just say, forget it.
Yeah.
Don't fall for it. That's my biggest heart message for everyone. Don't fall for it.
Yeah. Amazing. Any messages regarding, this will be the last one, regarding money and abundance for people? Because now we're getting all the money questions and we don't have time to get to all of them. But for money and abundance, what are the angels maybe telling us as a group or as a collective? Is there any message there for us?
So the biggest thing I can feel today with money is angels are telling me that if we just see our future self, we talked about that, like being in your future self of money. Keep seeing yourself there. If you're not there now, see yourself in your future self in the wealth, visualize it, live it for 30 seconds a day. Spend 30 seconds in that place, whether it's there or not. If you just do that, it speeds up it actually happening.
I get chills. I get chills because they're telling us this world is a simulation. We can break through this and become free. They're giving you the wisdom to do that, and they want to help you break out of the stuff that's not real. So please, go check out what Debbie's doing. I gotta say, if y'all ever heard the there's a story Neville Goddard talks about when he was a young guy. He wanted to go to Barbados to visit his family because he originally lived there. He was like an Englishman, but they lived in Barbados. He didn't have any money. It was in the Great Depression. And he met this mystic sage guy named Abdullah. And Abdullah was like very steeped in like the Bala and all of these like really sort of esoteric wisdom. And Abdullah said to Neville Goddard, he said, if you want to go to Barbados, you say every day, I am in Barbados. That's it. So he started doing this, and he's walking around New York City in the Great Depression. There's no money. And again, his family lived there, but he wanted to go back, but he had no money. And then he went to Abdullah after like a week or 2 weeks. He says, like, nothing has happened. I've gotten no tickets. There's no work. I'm poor. And he said, you are in Barbados now. And, he like did not want to hear anything. Well, all of a sudden, time started passing, and he got a telegram from his brother. They were going to send him money because the family wanted to see him in Barbados. And he got a ticket to go to Barbados paid for, right? This is the 30s. It's like a big deal. And he goes to tell Abdullah, and he says, Abdullah, I did it. It worked. I'm going to be in Barbados. I got a ticket, to go in the, like the steward class or whatever it is, the lower class. And Abdullah said, absolutely not. He goes, I said, you are going to go to Barbados, and you are going to go first class to Barbados. And, Neville's like, oh my God, this guy is so hard to deal with. This is, well, he said, you go, and you are in Barbados right now, and you got there first class, and I don't want to hear anything else. And so he's just holding on to that, just like the angels are telling us. And then all of a sudden, he goes the day to leave to go to Barbados, and they say, good news, Mr. Goddard. We have someone who canceled, and we're going to upgrade you to first class. So he made it to first class. So, we have to, as you said, we have to live in that right now. We have to be in Barbados right now. There is no later. We are there now. And the angels want us to be there now. So I think there's so much coming through here. This is supernatural energy. This is wisdom of the ages. And it all comes through these higher dimensional channels, portals, beings like Debbie. So we get it as humans. So please get it, live it, shift your reality, and check it all out. I am from Barbados, says Susan. That's so fun. There you go. Well, check it out, y'all. We all have our own Barbados, so don't ever forget that story. It's a pretty famous one, actually, 100 years ago. But it shows you. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. But Debbie, I used to do the same thing. I would imagine myself driving, and I was talking to and interviewing all the people that I wanted to interview, and I was every single thing, like, you do it right now and it will come forward. And I think the angels want to help you do that. They see your golden timeline. So check out what Debbie is doing. Angelic Supernatural Clearing and Healing. We've got 50 spot. Well, we got 39 now, according to Diane, for this discount. And I want to thank everybody who's joining in. And listen, we're going to work to leave this open. So don't worry, grab it when you can. But please, if you want to get on the calendar early, you want to jump in, and Debbie's going to give you everything she's got and some really wonderful help. So we love you, Debbie. Any final thoughts or anything else you want to share?
I love all you guys. And I just want to say, I like your story was awesome. And I like adding in now. Add that word in. Angels get the word now. They get it. I need this now, or this is now. I think that's fantastic. It works.
It works. It works. But what do you do if you don't know where to go? You don't know what your Barbados is. He knew where he wanted to go. But what if you don't? Or what if you have no direction? Or what if you're sick? Or what if you're unwell? Or what if you're being abused? Or, so there's so many factors, like they can get clarity on their life, their direction, what's the highest timeline. There's so much the angels know about you and your soul and why you're here. It's pretty amazing. So, yeah, I love it.
Now.
Well, Debbie, now. I love it. All right, everyone. We love you. We thank you. We could be here all day. Debbie, thanks for being here. We absolutely appreciate you. You're amazing. And any message for anybody that wants to give up or thinks it's not possible for them, to maybe that they don't have angels and helpers and guides and supernatural energy waiting?
Listen, you guys, I love all of you. And I want to say, anyone who's feeling that way, you are needed here more. If you feel that way, you're needed here more, and don't buy into it. Don't let the dark get you.
We are greater. You guys are stronger. And we're all ready to help. And we know Debbie is stronger. She brings in the heavy gun. So check it out. And you can't do a session, go back, re-listen to this one, re-listen to the process, soak in everything you can. We love you. We appreciate you. You're amazing. Debbie, thanks again. You rock. We love you here.
Love you, Darius. Love you, everybody. Thank you. This was awesome.
Take care, everyone. Much love. We'll see you soon. Take care. Check out what Debbie's doing. uwealthrevolution.com/Debbie29. Got something really special. 45 minutes with Debbie Johnson just for you, only here at UWealth. Everything else included: entity clearing, prosperity activation, and even tracks you can play in your home. Keep everything clear for your family, your friends, and everyone in your life. Much love. We'll see you soon. Thanks for being here.